Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be discussing the most overpowered weapons in Fortnite history. Now, one thing that I want to clarify at the very beginning here is that this video will only be about weapons. That means no infinity sword, no turrets, no C4. It has to be classified as a weapon and not an item to be on the list. And this list also won't include any weapons that were overpowered specifically due to a glitch. Some examples of this include the heavy shotgun being able to do 300 plus damage in one shot, and the pump shotgun having the range of an AR. Both of those things only lasted for a few hours and were very clearly not supposed to happen, so not on the list. It should be a fun and interesting video, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first weapon on our list of most overpowered weapons of all time is one that I'm guessing not many of you guys actually know about, and that is the Season 1 Scar. Today, the Scar is easily one of the best weapons in the entire game. Everybody uses it, everybody loves it, and it's basically been the best AR in the game from the very beginning. However, due to its rarity, I don't think too many people consider it to be an overpowered weapon. Well, what if I told you that back in Fortnite Season 1, the Scar was much better than it is right now? For the first 2 months or so of Fortnite, so from September 2017 to November 2017, these were the damage statistics of the purple and gold scars. The purple scar had a base body damage of 37, the gold scar had a base body damage of 39, and both scars had a 2.5 headshot multiplier. If you don't have a calculator on hand, that means that the purple scar did 92.5 damage per headshot, while the gold scar did 97.5 damage per headshot. And even though Fortnite was in its absolute earliest stages when the Scar was that insanely powerful, people quickly realized that it was simply way too good. So on November 22nd, 2017, a hotfix was added into the game which lowered the base body shot damage from 37 to 35 for the purple scar, from 39 to 36 for the gold scar, and for both of them changed the headshot multiplier from 2.5 to 2.0. And believe it or not, even though that change was well over a year ago, the damage statistics of the scars haven't been changed at all since then. So just to put it in perspective, the gold scar pre-patch did 39 body damage and 97.5 headshot damage. It now does 36 body damage and 72 headshot damage. And like I said, the consensus of the Fortnite community now is that the Scar is the best AR in the game with its current damage numbers. So just imagine back when you could do 97 plus damage with a single headshot. And also keep in mind, this was during a time period in Fortnite where nobody really even knew how to build yet. I'll actually show a clip from October 2017 that actually shows the purple scar in action. Unfortunately, I don't hit any headshots, which is what really made it overpowered, but you'll still see the 37 damage body shots. And this clip is also pretty hilarious because of how bad at the game everybody was at this point in time. The next weapon on our list is much more recent than the Season 1 Scar. And honestly, if I had to pick one weapon that I would say is the most overpowered weapon in Fortnite history, this may be it. I'm referring to the original and pre-patch compact SMG/P90, which is what most people actually call it. The compact SMG was added to the game in Fortnite Update 5.10 on July 24th, 2018. If you guys don't remember, around this time, Fortnite had been implementing a lot of changes to make player-built structures much weaker, which therefore made SMGs dominant. So when it was announced that a new SMG was going to be added into the game, people were not happy at all. Little did they know that the compact SMG was going to be worse than anybody could have ever imagined. It was added into the game with base body damage stats of 23/24 for the purple and gold versions, a fire rate of 11 shots per second, and a magazine size of 50. That means that initially, the gold compact SMG had a maximum body shot damage per second of 264. Just to put how high that is into perspective, the current blue suppressed SMG, which I think a lot of people consider a very strong weapon, has a max DPS of only 216. And the funny thing is, the incredibly high DPS of the pre-patch compact SMG was only a part of what made it so unbelievably overpowered. The weapon had a 50-shot clip size, very little bloom, much less damage drop-off than it does now, and it had such a fast fire rate that it was almost impossible to counter by building. The compact SMG was so overpowered that the original version of the weapon only lasted about 24 hours before Epic had to step in. On July 25th, they sent out a hotfix which lowered the compact SMG's base damage and fire rate, and also increased its amount of bloom and damage drop-off. And the crazy thing is, even after all of those changes, it was still an incredibly strong weapon. So about 2 weeks later in update 5.20, the compact SMG's damage was nerfed again, and the clip size was dropped from 50 to 40. I'll wrap this up by showing you guys a clip on the screen right now that was incredibly popular at the time. It showed that the pre-patch compact SMG was actually stronger than Thanos' laser from the LTM. That should show just how OP that weapon truly was. Next up, we have another SMG from the now infamous Spray and Pray meta of Season 5. If you played Fortnite during that time, you probably know that I'm referring to the drum gun here. The drum gun was added into the game in Fortnite Content Update 4.5 on July 3rd, 2018. It was described in the patch notes as a hybrid weapon that combines the stopping power, aka damage, of a rifle with the fire rate of an SMG. And honestly, that's a pretty good description. It came in green and blue rarity, had a base body shot damage of 26/27, a DPS of 234/243, and a 50-shot magazine size. This weapon was so overpowered for a variety of reasons, and I have a feeling some people probably consider it more OP than the day one compact SMG. The drum gun had an incredibly high DPS, not as high as the compact SMG, but definitely somewhat close. It had a total of 50 shots per clip, it was super accurate and very easy to use, plus unlike the compact, it was also deadly at medium range, it was an insane structure destroyer, and probably the biggest problem with the drum gun as a whole was the fact that it was a weapon with green and blue rarity. Even if the compact was slightly more overpowered, the drum gun was so much more common. So about a month later, the drum gun was nerfed in multiple categories including accuracy, damage drop-off, structure damage, and drop rate, but even after all that, it was honestly still really strong. So about a month later, it was finally vaulted. Now, we move on to the pre-patch double-barrel shotgun, which is the only shotgun on our list of most overpowered weapons in Fortnite history. The double-barrel shotgun was added into the game on August 7th, 2018 in patch 5.2. It was available in purple and gold rarity, with the purple having a base body shot damage of 143, and the gold having a base body shot damage of 150. It was a very unique shotgun for a variety of different reasons. It had a very low headshot multiplier of 1.25, it was really only viable at point blank range, it only had 2 shots per clip, however, those 2 shots could be fired with no delay in between. And I think that feature is what made this weapon overpowered. You really didn't need to be accurate to be successful with the double barrel. Due to the insanely fast fire rate and incredibly high damage, all you really needed to do was get right in front of someone and just press the shoot button twice. And you also need to remember that the double barrel was at its best when the rest of the shotguns in Fortnite were very weak. This was right after the removal of double shotguns, and a few months before the somewhat recent shotgun buffs, and also the introduction of the purple and gold pumps. The double barrel was hands down the most dominant weapon in top level competitive play for all of those reasons. Because of that, the double barrel received a major damage nerf towards the end of September, and then was finally vaulted at the beginning of Season 7. The final weapon on our list is hands down the most interesting in my opinion, because nobody really knows all that much about it, and it's turned into somewhat of a Fortnite folktale. What I'm talking about here is the Zapotron. This was a weapon that was added into the game on September 25th, 2017 with the following description. The Zapotron can be used to fire electric blasts in short bursts or charged up to release an enormous amount of damage. It used a never-before-seen ammo type called cell ammo, and it was also only available in supply drops. Now, nobody knows exactly when this item was removed from the game, but it happened very shortly after it was added. I'm talking a matter of hours. And based on my research, it was never even officially announced by Fortnite that it was removed from the game. They kinda just did it. And the reason why the Zapotron is included in this video is because people believe that the reason it was removed so quickly is because it was so overpowered. It was basically a heavy sniper that was also viable at close and medium range. I'll link one of the only real clips of the Zapotron being used in the description below, so check that out if you've never seen it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down the comment section below. What do you guys think is the most overpowered weapon in Fortnite history, and do you think I missed something that deserved to be on this list? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.